have an exciting episode for you. This evening, we have an incredible guest who has a wealth of knowledge to share about creating a successful workplace. Please join me and welcome Miss Kimberly Silas. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight.
I'm glad to have you here. How your day been?
I've had a great day. Yes. Right now I am working in a place that I really enjoy. And so, it kind of just made me think about, the topic. So I'm excited to share.
Yes. And you guys, Kimberly and I met each other networking, and it was pretty cool because everybody was just like sitting down. Really, when a lot of people, if you didn't know each other,
Right.
just kind of sitting there. So I took it upon myself. I said, let me get up and just mingle and start talking. And I went over and introduced myself, and we have been connected ever since.
Yes, I am so happy that you did because I was eyeing you. I was like, she is just sharply dressed. She just seems like giving off good energy. I would love to talk to her. And then you came over. So here we are.
And it took me a lot to get in that place to be able to go up and do it because I'm like a behind the scene person. I like to I can put together a whole show, but I don't want to be recognized for it.
Right.
So, with being a business owner, I had to kind of like get out of that and put myself more up front and be open and social. I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right.
So
that's the point of greatness when you're uncomfortable.
Yes. Because I was like, oh my God, what if I say the wrong thing or what if I mess up? But I'm glad that I decided to get up and come over and sit by you and
me too.
Chat with you, and we're good friends now.
Yes.
So you guys, before we dive into today's topic, we're going to have a little fun, just, to get a little loose and, get to know Kimberly a little bit on a personal level.
Oh boy.
Kimberly, what's one fun fact about you that most people wouldn't guess?
That is so hard because I am a complete open book. Anybody that's gonna view this that knows me, they'll be like, we know everything about her. I literally tell everything because I just love people. I love people. I'm always engaging. So I really can't think of anything that anybody wouldn't know.
What's something?
Well, I guess one thing that sometimes surprises people is that I was in the military.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How long did you do?
It was a short stint because unfortunately I have asthma. So, shortly after I was assigned, I mean, it wasn't maybe 1 to 2 years. It's been a while. I'm not going to start telling my age, but it wasn't a long stint. But I do feel like that really taught me, it was probably my first lesson in really working together as a team. So even though I didn't stay in, it definitely is something that I feel like added value to my life.
Oh, most definitely. Kimberly, what was your first job?
My first job was at Mrs. Winter's Chicken and Biscuits.
And where is that located?
It's in Atlanta. So I grew up partially in Atlanta. My dad lived most of his adult life in Atlanta. And so visiting him on summers, I got a summer job because I wanted, extra cash for clothes, school clothes, whatever your parents weren't going to buy you. And it was kind of a cool experience. Like you would have, celebrities come through there, like Emmanuel Lewis came through one time. And then the actor, I'm not sure what his name is, but he was Grady on Sanford and Son. He came in.
I don't know his name either.
Right. But I remember Grady though.
I love that show. I love
it.
So do you have a favorite quote?
I would just say maybe not a quote, but you are who you associate yourself with. Like a lot of times you don't think, oh, this person's doing that or that person's doing this. That's not going to affect me. But I've just often seen that if you're around people who are negative and doing not the greatest things, you kind of tend to lean that way, and vice versa. If you're around people who are positive and doing great things, you start to aspire to that. So,
and that is a very true statement. I'm telling you, my whole circle has changed.
Right.
And I've surrounded myself with people that I never thought that I'd be surrounded with. You know,
Mhm.
positive people that just pour into you,
Right.
uplift you when you're down, that's mentioning your name in rooms that you're not
Mhm.
in. So
Mhm.
yes, I totally agree with that. You are who you associate yourself with. And if you're
Mhm.
around negative people, guess what? You're gonna get negative results.
So true.
I totally agree with that. Kimberly, do you have a favorite show? TV show?
My TV show. I feel like it switches. I love Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton right now, which are both Shonda Rhimes. So
Mhm.
pretty much anything she does, I love. And then I love all the like when they're looking at homes, I can watch Beach Hunters, $1 Million Homes. Like
Mhm.
I just love to see, like, try to guess which home they're gonna choose.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really much of a TV person. I actually have to have someone that's sitting right next to me in order for me to be able to pay attention because
Right.
I'll get into 5, 10 minutes and I'll be like, you know what? This is not worth my time.
Oh
It's not
God.
worth my time. If you could visit another country, where would it be and why?
I would say maybe Spain for the like the history and the architecture. Typically when I've traveled outside of the United States, I usually choose what a lot of people, lean towards is like the tropical, Mexico, the Bahamas, somewhere where I can be having a little Mai Tai.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like next time I travel, maybe somewhere that is like rich in history and architecture, I think I would like to see.
Okay, I think that'll be great. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Hmm. Maybe the ability to be a fly on the wall. just
Woo!
just because you could really, how many times you meet people and you think you have a good gauge and you think that, things are going well, but who knows what's being said when you're not listening.
Around. Hmm.
And what could be gained, if you and how you would approach different situations if you knew versus just kind of going off instinct.
I don't think I would want that superpower. It'll be a lot of attitudes and mad and just emotions all over the place.
No, you're supposed to get the information and then, use it. But see, if you get emotional and you're like, no, I'm emotionally charged because of this information, then it's not gonna work.
I know. Oh, that is too funny. So, what's your favorite restaurant?
Um, I am not the fanciest person. I would say my favorite place to eat is probably Chipotle. I
Okay.
really love Chipotle. But
Yeah,
I am a pizza person too. Like I typically want to have pizza at least once or twice a month.
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being simple. Like my favorite restaurant is Applebee's.
Okay, okay.
I
Yep.
seen this. I seen this thing on Facebook where they had this bulletin board and they had all these different cheap restaurants
Hmm.
saying don't take a woman on a date. Well, guess what? Take me to Applebee's.
Exactly.
Take
And
me to
you
Cheesecake
know
Factory.
what? They had this really it went viral about this lady. She was trying to like blast this guy for taking her to I want to say it was Cheesecake Factory. And everybody kind of jumped on like that's a decent date. What do you mean? Take me to Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, I'm telling you, I don't. I'm like this. I'm not gonna expect no man to take me to no restaurant that I cannot afford myself.
Right, right.
You just never know. You always got to go prepared. My dad always told me when going out on a date, make sure you got times too, because you never
Right.
know what that man may be up to. He may get mad, get pissed off, get up and leave you.
Right.
And if you don't got no money, how you gonna pay for your stuff?
Exactly, exactly. And then my thing is too, like this particular situation, it was a first date. I'm like, you expecting somebody to take you to, a gourmet restaurant on the first date? He doesn't even know you.
Hello, that's a whole other topic. Okay.
Right.
Okay, you guys. Kimberly, let's dive into our topic of today. Can you
Okay.
tell us what workplace culture is and why it's so important in the workplace?
Right. To me, when I think about workplace culture, it's the environment that you work in. Um, First of all, where you work, you're going to be there most of your life. You spend most of your life at work. So it's important that it's a place that you want to go. It also, the other thing is people look at it as like a fluff, like it's something that's not important, but it actually drives business. If you have employees who want to be at work, who are engaged, who are excited about their work, it's going to then drive business. So whatever field you're in, I see that as something that's really important.
Yes. And I see toxic workplace culture a lot in the drive-throughs. And you can tell that employees is
Mhm.
just don't want to be there. You can tell that they're just there for a paycheck. You can tell how, they respond, how they greet
Mhm.
you. And
Mhm.
I'm with you. You have to love what you do because it
Right.
shows. Because if
Mhm.
because if you make someone mad at the window at the restaurant, what they're going to do? They're going to complain. And this generation, what they do, they take things straight to Facebook. They're going to give you a bad review, and
Right.
they're going to keep sharing
Right.
and sharing. So you most
Mhm.
definitely, if you in a career that you don't like, I mean, just get out of it and
Right.
that you like
Right.
to do.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm always thinking that, you know, work shouldn't be so far away from play. I should, if I really love what I'm doing and I'm excited about it, then they always say like you didn't work a day in your life if you do a job that you really love.
Exactly, I totally agree. What are some signs that a workplace has a healthy culture?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think employees who are, again, we talked about, happy, like they want to come to work. Employees who feel like they can speak to their supervisor if there's something that's going on with them. Um, Clients who are happy, like I think that's a big. Again, we were just talking about how it funnels down. That's a big sign of if you have a good workplace culture. If you have employees that are so happy that they are and then their work is better, and they have something that they're proud of. So if you're not proud of where you work, you don't have a lot of pride in your individual work. A culture where people are you have return customers, a culture where you have people kind of out in the community screaming your praises. That's kind of when you have something that's special, when you actually, because if I don't feel excited to talk to people about my work, then 9 times out of 10 I don't like it.
Mhm.
But when you have people who take that time and they sit there and they're going on and on, for me, I feel that I kind of grew up in Omaha, in the workplace I was at. I was there for 19 years. It's a place called QLI, and it was founded by a psychologist named Dr. Kim Hogeveen. And that was the place where I really kind of learned what a work culture was supposed to feel like, and which really I always tell people raised me.
Mhm. That's great. So, for instance, when you can tell that it's a healthy workplace culture. So let's do some Chick-fil-A versus McDonald's. That's a good comparison
It
because those
is.
people at Chick-fil-A, they're always nice. They're always
Mhm.
polite. They always greet you with a smile versus McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Right,
You want
exactly.
anything else?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's a great
Exactly.
example of healthy and a toxic
Right.
workplace culture.
And really, it's, I mean, I think the start of that, a healthy work environment is leadership.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
that's the place where you start. And
Mhm.
after leadership, it's choosing the right people to be in the right seats.
Yes.
So, everybody doesn't have the same, same attributes. So you have some people that are good. If I'm really good at this, then let me do that. If I'm not good at that, don't put me in that. Put my peer in that, and they're going to thrive over here, and I'm going to be thriving over here. But leadership is huge. I think before we started this topic, I told you that you honestly gave me an excellent example. You guys who are listening, you don't know this, but Felicia, she went in to assist her team, and we were supposed to record. And so there's a lot of leaders in that situation that would have been like, oh no, I'm over here, I need to do this. But you took the approach of I'm going to be the leader that is leading the way, that's leading by example.
Exactly.
That speaks volumes to a work group, because if I, as the leader, am taking my time to be there with you side by side, one, it breeds loyalty, because now I'm like, okay, my boss has my back. My boss is making sure that my work environment is great, because she knows that I'm someplace right now where I'm needing help.
Yeah.
And instead of her being off doing something else, she's right there with me, so it breeds loyalty. And it's also one where now, as a boss, you know exactly what they're going through, what challenges they might face, what just direct what am I trying to say, things that they go through a shift. So if someone were to come to you and say this or that, you can say, oh no, I'm there. I know that we can do this, and I know that we can do that. And it just helps you to guide them, and they accept it better coming from somebody that they know has seen this.
Exactly.
When you're up here on a perch and you're looking down at me and you're telling me, well, you should have tried this, you should have did this, you should have did that. I'm saying to myself, how do you know what should have been done or could have been done when you never take the time to see for yourself?
Yes, and I totally agree. Leadership is most definitely challenging at times, but for me, I tell my team that there's no I in team. It's always we. I
Right.
don't expect for them to do anything that I wouldn't do. Just because I own the company doesn't mean
Right.
I'm too good to put my straps on and go to work. That's
Right.
what it is. That's how you can see who have the heart for something versus somebody to just in something for the money. I love what I do. I love my team. I have an open door policy. If you're going through something, just come to me, talk to me. Communication is my top number one priority of this business. Now, if
Right.
communication is not good, we need to part ways.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's important, not only in business, in your personal life, in life, period. You have to know how to communicate with people.
Right. Right. Yep. Because again, I feel again that a lot of these tenants can work in any business, but we're talking specifically healthcare, where customer service is king. And so I have to have people who are out here having a good sense of what that is and what that means. You can't have people out here with attitudes and things like that. And I think that's where it goes into what I was talking about having the right person in the seat. So just again, because that's my background, using healthcare as a example. Say if I need a CNA, am I just going out here getting a CNA? Okay, you're a CNA, you have this certificate, and we're going to go ahead and hire you. That is the start of a poor culture. No, I'm looking for a CNA because I have to have that. That is something that let's just say the workplace I'm in, you have to be a CNA. So let's just say that. So I realize I need a CNA, but there's 10 CNAs. So let me go ahead and interview these CNAs and see which one fits my culture, what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that is driven by excellence. I'm looking for somebody that wants to be loyal. I'm looking for somebody who is open, somebody who wants to grow. These are the type of people that you want in your in your business, somebody who has ideas and wants to share them.
Mm-hmm.
um, I think a lot of times as leadership, you can kind of look over these people because you feel that you have more experience than them. I'm running the company, I'm the president, I'm the supervisor. But as much as you probably do have to share with them, that one person can come in with one idea that will take your business to new heights.
It will.
So again, like, yeah, it's the people that you invite into your business, and it's you as a leader.
Yep, I totally agree. That's very important. You have to do your interview. You got to interview. You got to do your reference checks.
Hmm.
You just can't hire somebody just to put them in a place just
Hmm.
a dollar because
I've seen it, and I've seen what the results are, and they're not good.
word of mouth is means so much and it travels.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm very selective on who I let come in. So
Right.
we all know that running a business is not rainbows and butterflies.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
are some common challenges that company faces in building a strong workplace culture, and how can they overcome it?
Right. Um, I think it does go back to a little bit, what we were just talking about, picking the right person. But I think it's also, once that person is there, how are you holding them to the standards that you have for your company? You cannot um, be wishy washy about that. If you need, let's say you need four people in a certain position and you're down to two. Okay, in that situation you're already down, so you're not going to like get rid of this person, but you're going to be making plans to get rid of them. So let me get these next few back, because as soon as I'm able to let you go, you're
Yeah.
going. Do not let, I guess, rotten apples spoil the bunch, is what I'm saying. So be bold about saying, hey, here we expect excellence. If you want to be on board and you want to add to that, we want that. We want to help you in any way we can, personally, professionally. So, I mean, I feel like that's another thing. Get to know your employees, and give them, don't look at them just as benefits to you. Like, I always have been a person that wherever I am and I'm supervising someone,
Mhm.
I am wanting you to be the best at what you're doing wherever you are.
Mhm.
Because number one, that's going to help the company that we're in now. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like it's my responsibility to send out young professionals, older professionals, whoever I'm working with, who have had the benefit of a leader who actually cares about them enough to help them grow as a person,
Yes.
more than just, you're working here, so I'm trying to make you be the best that you can be right here for what I'm doing. I want people that are growing, and I think part of that is sometimes some hard messaging, telling people some things that maybe they haven't heard before, such as, for example, I would say, if you have somebody that is just rude, a rude person, they've been going through life being rude.
Mhm.
People are afraid these days to say anything to anybody. So, building that relationship with them where they trust you, they know that I have your back. I've shown you personally and professionally. Let's just say you had something going on at home. I've stepped up, to help you. At work, I'm stepping up to help you, such as the example we just talked about with you.
Mhm.
So when I talk to you about being rude,
Mhm.
it's going to come in a different way, because, oh my gosh, that is Kim who has my back. That
Mhm.
is Kim who actually cares about me. She's
Yeah.
not just telling me this to be mean to me. She's telling me this because she wants me to grow. It can work the same way with somebody who is quiet and mild and never speaks out, pushing them a little bit in their to get out of their comfort zone. Okay, I'm not going to just put you on blast on the podcast tomorrow, but I'm going to allow you to take this portion of our meeting,
Yep.
and I want you to run this portion of our meeting,
Mhm.
and gradually helping them to grow into that confident person. So
Yeah.
those are the things that I think you can do to really combat, some of those workplace struggles that you can have.
Yes, and also, with doing having a strong onboarding, being able to sit down and talk and, making sure everything is downloaded and, just having
Yes.
that patient because if you don't, they're going to see that, hey, oh, this employer, they don't care. They just had me sign some paper and I'm on the way. So you have to be able to sit down and engage with them to let them know, you know, I mean business.
Right,
I'm here for
right.
you, personal and professional. But the bottom line, we're here to help our seniors. We are here to be able to provide a living for ourselves. So,
Mhm.
it has to be a balance.
I like what you said about the strong onboarding. Like you really have to it's one of those ones where that's the time where you, like you said, you're setting boundaries, but you're also showing what a kind person you are. It has to be both. You can't, you know, um, just have them hearing one or the other. It has to be both. I can't just be nice to you. You
Mhm.
got to know that I have these standards over here, and I also can't just present my standards but not treat you well. So
Yeah.
the one thing I always say is that when somebody starts a job, they need everything that